Hey, what's up? Hannes here, and I'm so happy that you're here because I'm about to show you how to play Smoke on the Water the real way. There's so many versions and tutorials out there that show Smoke on the Water in a way that I always thought doesn't sound really like the original. And I mean, of course, there are a lot of live versions out there too from several guitar players. Deep Purple had over the decades, you must say. But stick to the very end of this video and I will show you some really interesting details that I witnessed in live videos and that I heard on the recording. So let's start with Smoke on the Water in 10 minutes. But before we start out with Smoke on the Water, check the link in the video description to my free lessons that will show you some really cool stuff about how to play the guitar and will give you some really cool insights on a lot of cool stuff. So check this out too. And now we start out with Smoke on the Water, the real version. So let me play to you first how it's done. Let me play for you first the version like I also played it a lot of years and how I see most of the people play it. I mean, this is kind of right. I also saw versions like this which are totally wrong. It's not a power chord, it's a chord interval there. So, as I said before, that way I played it too, like only on D and G string, open strings, 3rd fret, 5th fret, open, 3rd, 6, 5. Open, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, and open again. This is kind of like the version probably a lot of players out there play, but I always thought this doesn't really sound like it. And after a couple of years ago I started researching because I wanted to play it live with a band. Yeah, I know it's kind of a question if you should do that live because it was played so often. It's kind of like the horror scenario of every music shop vendor hearing someone play Smoke on the Water. But I always thought, I mean, get the classics right. And I really digged into it and I found some live versions where I could really see what Ritchie Blackmore was doing back in the day. And he plays it like this, having the ring finger in the 5th fret of the A string and the pinky in the 5th fret of the D string. And we don't start out with the open strings. It sounds different. Open strings and grabbed. It fits better to the other grabbed positions here because we only have like the first two notes open and then the rest is grabbed. So this fits better. And I always thought, man, this was so easy. Why did I always play it wrong? So you start out here, 5th fret, A and D string, and then 3rd fret, D and G string, and then 5th fret, D and G string. And then again, but then 6, 5, and then again, and back to the 3rd fret, and the 5th fret of the A and D string at the end. So I also thought, okay, this sounds better already, more like the original. And then I watched some more live videos of Ritchie Blackmore, and he was playing it with upstrokes, and was like, man. And I thought, man, this sounds even closer, and it was pretty unusual. I would never do that because it's like on a downbeat. This feels kind of weird, but it sounds more accurate. It sounds more like this kind of guitar organ mixed thing going on there. Beside downstrokes and now upstrokes. Sounds more aggressive and more kind of like this John Lord, Ritchie Blackmore thing going on there. And then I also witnessed that Ritchie Blackmore sometimes played it just with fingers, and he didn't use a pluck at all. And he used his thumb and I think middle finger to do that, and this sounds so percussive because he plucked the strings really hard. And this really kind of sounds like a distorted Hammond organ. And I think this is so cool to experiment with, to have all those different sounds. I mean, listen to the very first version I learned compared to the finger version. Or even the version with the upstrokes compared to my first version. And now the upstroke version. Sounds different, and this is important to know, and this is why I made this video, to show you guys what I found out over, I don't know, 15-20 years of guitar playing, and I always played it wrong for 15 years or something like this, so I thought it might be interesting for you to play Smoke on the Water like the real version. And if you like videos like this, and if you like digging into guitar playing, definitely check out my free lessons, which you find in the video descriptions. A lot of cool stuff going on there, a lot of basic stuff going on there that's important for you to become a great guitar player. Thanks for watching, and rock on.